Hello everyone, welcome to today's practice, which is focused on a tense neck. On an inhale, sweep your arms up overhead, palms come together, bring them in front of your heart. One more time. Inhale up, exhale down. And a third time, inhale your arms up overhead, and on an exhale, bring them in front of your heart. Then bring your hands to your knees and slowly turn your head to the left side. Breathe here. Notice your range of motion and then slowly turn your head to the other side. We're going to continue like this, turning your head to one side, maybe looking around. And then breathing and turning your head to the other side. Then come back through to center, extend your arms wide and twist from the upper body. So your bottom stays on the ground, everything stays stable, and just twist your upper body and your arms to one side and then to the other side. You don't have to move your neck much, depending on how sore it is or how tense. Just bringing some mobility into the upper body. From here, come onto hands and knees. Bring your toes together, knees as wide as you would like them. Extend your arms forward, palms down on the mat, and come into your child's pose. Breathe here. Feel the length through your back. Relax your forehead into the mat. Relax your neck. Feel the tension melting off your shoulders. And maybe imagine that you can grow roots through your palms. Getting some of the good energy from the earth. And just breathing here. Trying to establish a connection to your body. Then spread your fingertips wide and slowly come forward, gazing at your navel, following your front body with your gaze until you're all the way up, head comes up last, and then push yourself back into a child's pose. On your next inhale, do the same thing, gaze towards your navel, and then follow your front body with your gaze, slowly, slowly, until your head comes up last. Do this as mindfully and as slowly as you can, pushing yourself back on an exhale, breathing there for a moment, and then on your next inhale, again gazing towards your belly button, up towards your chest, and then really slowly coming up with the neck and the head. Push yourself back one more time. Breathe here. And then on your next inhale, roll up one more time. And then bring your knees in. Make sure you're in a nice tabletop pose, hands under elbows, under shoulders, knees underneath your hips, plant the tops of your feet, spread your fingertips wide. Really found stable footing here, and then drop your belly, lift your chest on an inhale, and on an exhale, round through your back. Cat-cow. On an inhale, drop your belly for cow, look forward, and on an exhale, round through the back, cat pose. Keep going like this at your own breath pace. Don't need to rush. There's nowhere else to go. Maybe you want to take some barrel rolls, some circular cat-cow. Can feel really good for the upper body if you're a little stiff there. Don't forget to bring the breath. Really couple this motion, this movement with your breath. That's how you will get the most out of this. And remember, it's not about how it looks. It's not a performance. It's a practice. Reverse your circles. Go into the other direction. Really enjoy the stretch through your upper back. Perhaps you feel it in your hips too, or in your shoulders, your neck. Really make this a conscious movement. Perhaps you want to find a little snake-like motion once you're back in tabletop pose. Bit of a sideways motion with your spine, and then cross at your ankles, sit back over your ankles and come to a seat. Get yourself ready. We're gonna bring our hands behind our seat, really consciously ground down through the palms, press into your fingertips, roll your shoulders back. Bring the soles of your feet to the mat, knees point to the ceiling. Stay here for a moment, breathe, feel the stretch to the front of your collarbones, and then you can lift your seat for reverse table pose. Breathe. Maybe don't drop your neck towards the back, just keep it level with the rest of your body. Push up a little more with your seat if you can, and then slowly lower yourself all the way down to the ground, slowly and carefully so your body can trust you. And then hug your knees and just give yourself a hug. Let yourself rest. Let your head hang loose. And just enjoy a bit of a break before we go to the next pose. From here, we're going to bring our hands back behind us just like before, really pressing into your fingertips and knuckles, rolling your shoulders back. And then we're going to bring one foot parallel with the ground, point into our tippy toes, just bring the tippy toes down, do the same thing with the other leg, and then lift both legs off the ground for a modified boat pose. This might be enough, or you can add on and bring your arms out to the side or next to your shins. There's also an option of holding on to the back of your legs. The most important thing is the length through your back, your neck. This will activate your core. And then you can slowly bring your feet down to the ground, arms come out in front of you. Your tiptoes are on the ground, and as you're exhaling, round through your back for a little crunch. Come up, extend the arms up overhead, and exhale, crunch to the other side. A few more like this. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, arms come up. And exhale, round your back. Inhale, arms go up. Exhale, round. Inhale, up. And then you can bring the soles of your feet together, come to a cobbler's pose here. Maybe bring the thumbs to the inside of the soles of your feet and just give yourself a little massage, a little break after some activation. And then interlace the fingers and roll your wrists a little bit, one way and the other, fast or slow, whatever you need here. And then you can keep your fingertips interlaced, flip the palms outwards and bring them up overhead. And then on an exhale, flip the palms inwards and round through your back. Inhale, palms come up to the ceiling. Exhale, palms towards you around your back. Inhale, flip the palms up towards the ceiling, slight back bend. Exhale, round through your back. Bring the breath. Inhale up and arch your back. Exhale, round your back. And then release this. Bring your palms to your knees. Palms can face the ceiling. Receiving something good from the universe. Maybe a bit of softness, a bit of care, a bit of calm, a bit of patience. From here, you can bring your legs out long, maybe shake them out a little bit. Shaking is really good for the nervous system. And then roll all the way down onto your back. Extend your left knee out long, bring the right knee in towards your chest. And just move it side to side. Maybe take some circles with that knee. This should feel like a nice glute stretch. See if you can access that in your own body. Bit of sensation through your glutes. Maybe your lower back gets a nice massage. And then bring that leg down, switching the side, this time bringing the left knee in to your chest. And taking the same kind of motion side to side. Breathing here. And then bringing both knees in towards the chest. Rolling side to side for a nice lower back massage. Very nurturing. And then bring your hands to your knees and imagine you're stirring a big pot of soup with your feet. So this motion really is coming from your hands, your arms, the legs are all nice and relaxed. And you're stirring that pot in one direction. And then reversing the circles and stirring the pot in the other direction. Taking those knee circles. You can also imagine tracing big circles at the ceiling. From here, bringing the knees wide and then back together at the bottom of your circle. So each knee goes into a different direction outwards, and then they come back in at the bottom of the circle. Breathing here, couple this with your breath. And then reversing that motion, bringing the knees in at the top and widening them at the bottom of your circles. And just taking a few more of these. Breathing consciously. From here, you can bring your left leg up towards the ceiling. Roll your shoulders down, hold on to your hamstring, the back of your leg, and just point and flex the foot. A stiff neck is part of an entire body, of a whole body. So we want to make sure that we also show some love to our lower body. You can have a lot of tension in your feet and it can affect your entire body. So stretch, bend and flex that knee. Bend and straighten the knee. Maybe hold onto your calf if you're a bit more flexible. It doesn't matter how far you go. The most important thing is that you do it. You can take some ankle rolls and then bring that foot down. Bring the legs wide, the feet wide, and just windshield wipering from side to side for a few breaths here before we go to the other side. And then bringing the right leg up towards the ceiling, holding on behind your leg with your hands, rolling the shoulders down, pointing and flexing your toes here. Really seeing if you can feel your ankle. Maybe there's a couple of pops and cracks. Totally normal. Take some circles with your foot. One way and the other. And then finally bending and straightening the knee with a flexed foot. And eventually pointing that foot and taking the same bends and straightening motions from the knee. You can bring both knees in towards your chest again. Widen the knees outside of your body. Hold on to your feet. Your elbows are inside of your knees. And bring the legs wide for a happy baby pose. Maybe rock side to side. Maybe close your eyes. Bring a gentle smile to your lips. And just enjoy this stretch through the inner thighs. Maybe straighten one leg and the other. Using this as an arm stretch as well as a leg stretch. Just rocking here. And then you can bring both legs down to the ground. Heels come in towards your seat. Shrug your shoulders under and lift your seat up for a bridge pose. We won't be here too long. Gentle inversion. And then slowly on an exhale, bring your seat back down to the ground. From here, we're going to bring our legs out long, roll to your favorite side, and come onto your belly. You can stack your palms and make a little pillow for your forehead. Resting on your belly here. Usually we are on our backs and not on our bellies, and just noticing how that feels. And then lifting your right leg off the ground just a few inches. It doesn't have to be very high. Only activating the muscles that are necessary for this movement. Try to bring as much relaxation into the rest of the body as you can. And then lowering that foot on an exhale and lifting the right leg on an inhale. Just a few inches off the ground. It doesn't have to be as high as I'm doing here. In fact, I think I would have benefited from bringing it a little less high. And then bringing it back down on an exhale. Beautiful job. Extend your arms up and overhead, palms facing down. And then lift your right arm off the ground and your head. And then lower on an exhale. Lift the left arm off the ground with your head. And lower on an exhale. On an inhale, lift up both arms and your head. Only activating what is necessary here for this motion. On an exhale, bring it down. Inhale, lift both your legs. And then lower them down. Beautiful job. That was locust pose. So now we're going to do diagonal. Right arm up, left leg up. Lower down. Left arm up, right leg up. And lower down. Again, lift all four appendices, your legs and your arms. And then lower it all down. Beautiful job. Beautiful locust poses. Then you can stack your palms again. Rest your forehead on your palms and just take a bit of a rest. Bend into your knees. Windshield wiper your feet side to side. You can bring your knees wider than the mat if you want. Or keep them in, whatever feels good for your body. Just windshield wipering them side to side. And then bringing the soles of the feet together if you can. The goal is not to get the feet down on the ground. It is simply to feel a stretch. And then bend the knees again. Bring the knees in towards each other and lower the tops of the feet down to the ground. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders and push into the arms. This is requiring some arm strength. Cobra pose. You don't have to go far up. Be mindful of your back. Exhale, lower down. Gonna take this one more time. Inhale, push into your palms. Lift off the ground just a little bit with your upper body. Exhale, lower down. One more time. Push into your palms. Use arm strength. And then push yourself all the way up. Come into your child's pose again as we did at the beginning of class. Widening your knees. Perhaps this time you want to bend your elbows, bring your palms together, and maybe bring them to the back of your neck. This is a stretch through a different part of the shoulders. You don't have to do this if you don't want to, just maybe try it out and then back off if it feels like too much. Breathe into your back. Breathe into your shoulders. Lower the hands back down. Push yourself up. Come into a comfortable seat. You can sit cross-legged here. Bring your hands to your knees. Close your eyes. And then again, take those side-to-side stretches. So look over one shoulder. And then mindfully turn your head to the other side. Just noticing if you have a bit more motion. Maybe dropping one ear over one shoulder, right ear over right shoulder. Staying here. Maybe crawling the hands out to the side. Noticing what that feels like in your neck. And then bringing the other ear over the other shoulder. Maybe looking side to side first or after. Now lowering that ear over the other shoulder, crawling out the other fingertips, feeling a stretch through the other side of your neck. Make sure your chin stays parallel with the ground. So not tilting too far back with your head. And then bringing the head back up through to center, bringing the palms together in front of your heart, and pushing into your thumbs and your pinkies together, opening the cup of the lotus. This is called Lotus Mudra. Maybe close your eyes. Imagine some good stuff falling in there from above. Maybe gratitude, contentment, awareness. And then close your palms, bringing that good stuff in towards you. Maybe stack your palms over your heart. Absorb the goodness. And then bow into yourself and thank yourself for showing up on the mat today. Thank you for practicing with me.